Hello everybody, my name is Derek Johnson. I'm the Director of the School of Art and Design at West Suffolk College in Bury St Edmunds. Thank you very much for tuning in today to look at this presentation. Hopefully it will be really informative, tell you a little bit about who we are, what we do, the kind of courses we run, what our students go on to do in the future, and hopefully at the end of it you'll be inspired to apply to do a course with us. Thank you. Hello again. So yeah, this is Leonardo House. This is our art building, which is on the main campus on the Bury St Edmunds site. This is a purpose-built building. We have pretty much the whole building to ourselves, which is really fantastic. It means we can own the building, we can shape the building. Anyone who comes to Leonardo House is incredibly impressed by the sort of sheer range of facilities that we have, which I'll show you a little bit on some future slides, and also about the fact that we're very, very fortunate in the sense that we can really have ownership of the building. So you'll see students' artwork absolutely everywhere, and that really is what the building is about, which is a place where people can come, they can learn creative and technical skills and progress to a really fantastic future. Hi, so these are two slides of the second floor in Leonardo House. We occupy all three floors: ground floor, first floor and second floor. And we've got fantastic resources throughout the entire building, from 3D workshops to fashion studios to dark rooms, to photography studios, to huge areas occupied by Apple Mac computers with all the latest Adobe software. And we also have our games design studios as well. These slides here hopefully really show, I think they do show, that we have fantastic opportunity of ownership of the building. We're not a college which likes to keep everything painted pure white like some sort of hospital or something. The art building, anyone who comes there is usually pretty blown away by the sheer amount of artwork, as you can see on these slides, that is on the wall, which come up and down really regularly. The students' work is really celebrated, and we have regular shows. We have a couple of gallery areas, have our end of year show, and yeah, it's a fantastic place where I think where students can really feel that it's there for them, and that they feel that they can express themselves and be around like-minded people, and to be in a building that really is quite clearly for their education rather than to look nice for other people. Hi everybody. Okay, so on this slide, quite a lot of information. I haven't rehearsed this, so I'm just going to go for this. Okay, so there's quite a lot to talk about in terms of School of Art and Design. I just want to highlight some of our sort of key points that I really think it's important that anyone who wishes to come to West Suffolk College to School of Art and Design to study really needs to know. So the first thing on here is we are an outstanding centre. I really do believe that. I know I'm bound to say that on a presentation like this, but we have striven for this for a number of years, and we are recognised nationally, like I've said on here, by UAL, our awarding body, which is the biggest creative awarding body in Europe, that we are one of the national leaders. We train other staff across the country, and we are an ambassador college, so other colleges come to us for their training. It's something we're very proud of. So you've got my word that any student who comes to the School of Art and Design is coming to a centre of excellence. The second thing is we're not a small, dusty art college. We have over 500 students. We're the biggest curriculum area at West Suffolk College, and we are growing year on year. We are that's a huge number of students, and it's great. It means it's really busy. We have lots of hustle and bustle, and there's places are competitive, so a lot of courses get filled up quite early. So please do get on and apply for courses for the School of Art and Design. The third point I've got on here is that we've got specialist and driven staff. They're both teachers and technicians. We don't employ lazy, useless teachers. Hopefully no one does across the country, but we certainly don't. And you've got my word that all of the staff are really bothered. They literally are sending emails to each other throughout the night, planning new projects, always looking for the next exciting thing to do with students, ridiculously into the idea of their students doing fantastic artwork and progressing to really great things in the future. So that's kind of who we are. That's the team we've built, and I think it's important for you to know. The next thing on my list is impressive range of levels and specialist creative technical pathways. What I mean by that is that whatever level you come in at, you'll progress to a specialist area. So you will move towards working within, say, fashion, or within game design, or photography, or graphic design, or fashion media promotion, or illustration, or sculpture 3D or something. And our range of courses that I'll show you in a little while really does hopefully show that span. There's very few areas that I can think of that we don't cover. In fact, I think we do cover every area in some way or another, and that's a really big part of what we do. So, and our resources very much match that, which is my next point, which is about our resources, which is about all those things we've got, which I've listed there. Over 120 Macs, and students can sign out MacBook computers each day as well. We've got 3D printers, darkroom, which is fantastic, laser cutters, our fashion studios, which are always really busy, which are joined to our print room, which is a really great hub of the second floor, and our specialist games design resources, which we've started 2 years ago, which has already got nearly 100 students, and it's really fantastic area. I would be proud to take anyone to any part of our provision here. The next point is the focus on the creative industries. I think it's really important for students to come onto the course because they love doing that subject, and they love to learn new skills, they love to be creative, but also it's really important that their lives progress into a rewarding career. The creative industries in the UK are not just thriving, they're exciting, they're the envy of the world. All areas of filmmaking, games design, fashion really do focus in on the UK as an area of international excellence. And our students, we always say our students are the next generation of that industry. And if they're not, then I always say, well, who are? Where is this mythical college which are producing all the next people who are going to work and create all these things in the future? So take it from me, our students of the future are the creative industry employees, innovators of the future. The next thing is about strong achievement. We have above the national averages of achievement, past merit distinctions on our courses, and we are celebrated for doing that. That is why, like I said on an earlier slide, we are seen to be by our awarding body one of the very national leaders. That's why we're a go-to college for staff training from other colleges. That's why people like myself do staff development events in London for other colleges about how we do it at West Suffolk College School of Art and Design. So if students work with these, by the way, these grades don't just happen. It comes from our hard work and from the hard work of the students. So it has to be both of those things. We've got fantastic progression to higher levels. So if a student goes on to level 1, we'd expect them, we'd hope that they would go on to level 2, and our level 2 students to go on to level 3. And for our level 3 and foundation students to progress to university, that doesn't mean they have to, but about 75% do, and they go to the university of their choice, many of which are local, certainly national obviously, but also the London-based really prestigious universities of art as well. And I think my final point here is we're a busy, expressive and positive and supportive art school. Yes, we are. We are not lazy. We start project 1 on day 1. We work fast. We are not sleepy. And we have really high professional standards. So it is not a some people say, oh, it must be nice to do art because it's relaxing. Not really. No, I'll say no, it's not. It's not supposed to be relaxing. I would hate the idea that anything is too easygoing or relaxing in the School of Art and Design. It's supposed to be hard work. We drive the students hard, and that means that they progress, they produce work that they're ever more proud of, that they will have in their portfolio, they will progress with, that they will get the places of the future that they want to get to. And all of those things on that list together hopefully tells you that we strive for excellence. We are always trying to think of the next really excellent, cool, interesting thing to do. And that is very much the sort of fabric of the essence of the School of Art and Design. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this slide is about the student experience. So what is it like to be a student in the School of Art and Design? Well, from my experience, the one thing above all else really that students love is the fact that they have for the one time maybe in their life they've had the opportunity to focus on the one subject that they really love and connect with, and to come to an art college and be around other like-minded people, where that's both staff and students, working and developing your skills and your creativity, and having the space and the encouragement to do that is a really special thing. And that goes for art colleges across the country, and that's what makes UK art colleges the kind of envy of the world, that kind of focus on sort of liberation and focus. Okay, having said that, we are a mature art college. Okay, so within the freedom and craziness and liberation of being an art student, it's a grown-up working adult atmosphere. Okay, we have very high professional standards. We expect students to behave like adults and to really work hard. And it's a very different experience from schools and A-level sixth form colleges. And I think anyone who visits Leonardo House will notice that difference. There is no exams. Having said that, there are exams for students who don't get a grade 4 or above in English or maths. They will need to continue their study in those subjects and reset exams. But for the art subjects, there's no big halls full of tables and chairs where you sit and write answers at the end of the year. It's ongoing assessment from day one. The first project is set on day one. They are industry formatted assignments, okay, hopefully with huge amounts of space in there for flair and individual expression. The key thing is that that is what mirrors real life. In real life, people who work in the creative industries don't sit exams for their clients. They are set a project, a brief that they're going to be paid for. They work on it and then they present their outcomes, and there may be extra work to do, extra targets to do, and then they work on that. And it's exactly the same as what we do within Leonardo House. So the next point here is about the fact that students are in 3 days a week. It's important I explain how this works. So they're in 9 o'clock until 4:30. And the other 2 days of a week that they are technically not in, although I think it's really important to say that students are incredibly welcome to come in 5 days a week. We would expect, say, one of those days to be either work experience or paid work, so that they are entering that kind of adult world of employment and the rigors of that. And then at least 1 day a week on their college work. Now, say at least one day a week. I'd really expect students who really want to do well to work in evenings, mornings, weekends on that work, and they are the students who will get the very, very highest grades and the very best portfolios. So that's how it's timetabled. There's no big free study periods in there like you might get in other subjects. It's a really sort of solid timetable, and students come in and are expected to make the most of that time, which is my second to last point here, which is that it's fast and challenging. Please do not choose art and design because you think it will be a nice, easy-going sort of hobby relaxation subject. Okay, this is not how we think about what we do at all. It is fast, it is challenging, it is pacey. We will set targets, we will say when things aren't right, we will deeply encourage students to follow their own creative pathways, but with huge amounts of advice from us as well. We hope it's hard work. If it's not, we're doing something wrong. And then the final point on there is that exhibitions, they have exhibitions, libraries, visiting speakers, industry experience, lots of trips, overseas residential in their second year of level 3. Yeah, all of those things. We really want the educational experience that the students has to be very rich, very diverse, to hear from lots of people who have had successes with their own education, their own creativity, to go into workplaces, to have trips to galleries, museums, to events and festivals, and all of those things. And so put all those things together, hopefully you've got, in our experience, you do have a really hearty educational experience, a really wholesome experience, which students come out of enriched by, changed by, and eager to develop into their next level of education and progress through life. Okay, so a little bit earlier in this presentation, I said that we have a impressive range of levels and specialist courses. So this is what this slide's all about. So I'm going to go through these now. So level 1 provision, we describe it as kind of fairly open entry. If students don't particularly need any qualifications to come into level 1, they can have no qualifications or exceptional qualifications. It's whether that level is right for people. And we run level 1 art and design, which is a very open, broad art design creative course. And it's a 1-year course, which will then, for most students, lead on to the level 2 course, again, which is 1 year. We run 2 level 2 courses, and they're quite distinctly different. One is art and design level 2, which is kind of broad, hands-on art and design, drawing, printmaking, 3D illustration, some digital work type broad experience. And the second one is the level 2 diploma in digital arts. So that's got far more of an emphasis on digital artwork, digital illustration, graphic design, animation, etc. Okay, for those courses, you'd need probably about 2 or 3 grade 4 or above GCSEs to get onto those courses. And at this point, I will say that we are not ridiculously set in stone and fussy about the qualifications. It's a guide. So if the student is at the right level, and we think they're going to thrive at that level, we are not going to hold back their education or put them on the wrong level or the wrong course or anything because of the GCSE results that they get. It's very much about a dialogue. This is something we've been doing for many, many years. I'd say myself and my team are very, very sharp at this, and we will always work with parents and students to make sure that students are on the right level regardless of qualifications. Okay, so our level 3 provision, which is the same academic band as A levels, all of these carry the same UCAS points as A levels. That's really important to know. So these are a perfect passport into university, and art universities in many ways prefer these qualifications to A levels because they know that you've been taught by dedicated art staff in a dedicated art school focusing on that one subject. Okay, so these are all 2-year courses. So the first one here is General Art and Design, or Art and Design General as it's put on here, which is, as it says, a broad art course which specialises as the course goes through the 2 years with lots of a whole range of art and design, digital creative techniques. If you want a broad art education, or sort of fine art education, then that is certainly the course for you. That's a big course. It has 2 groups, sometimes even 3 groups. So you're looking at probably about 60 students per year on that course. Like I said, all these courses together add up to over 500 students. The graphic design course is, by the way, a lot of these courses now are pretty much job titles. So the next one is graphic design. So if you want to become a graphic designer, work in advertising, print, promotion, graphics, typography, all of those things are very digitally based, but also we do lots of hands-on printmaking and photography as well on that course. That's graphic design. Interactive media, visual effects, digital arts, all of those things are included in the title of the course there, as well as the next one, which is model making and animation. So those 2 courses, the interactive media course and the model making course, run quite parallel to each other. There's lots of crossovers between the students and the staff, and I think all the areas that are covered are pretty much in the titles there. But those 2 courses in particular are very unique to the School of Art and Design. I think you would struggle to find what we do anywhere else in the country, certainly in terms of like the model making and then linking that in with visual effects and filmmaking, animation, lots of graphic novels, illustration work as well. Really, really ambitious stuff, okay, on those courses. Again, they're big courses. Usually both together in year 1, you're looking at 40, 50, 60 students spending on the year. Okay, so in total, sometimes we have nearly 100 students on those courses, all doing this really exciting stuff. Photography, again, it's basically a photography course, and it's a hands-on photography. It's digital photography. It's using the darkroom, it's using the studios, it's using locations, learn about lighting and cameras and lenses, and about promotion of your photography as well. Fashion and textiles. There's 2 fashion sort of pathways. The first one, fashion and textiles, is very much about hands-on making, creating fashion, textiles, surface pattern, print, etc. The second one, fashion media promotion, again is quite a unique course to our School of Art and Design, in the sense that it's not so much about the making of fashion, it's about the promotion of fashion and about styling and about the advertising, retail, business, print, all that stuff to do with fashion media and promotion. The next course on here is our computer games design development course. Within 2 years, we've gone from 0 to just under 100 students for that. And I would say that the work they're doing is exceptional. There's no pause in the proceedings on the games design course. They start their first game on day 1 of the course in September, and they have their first 2D game produced by half term. Then they start moving into 3D games and more 2D games, and it really is fast paced. They're using the very latest Unreal Engine software. The staff on there are award-winning lecturers who really are doing something very special on that course. It's something we're particularly proud of. And then the last course is really new to us, is architecture conceptual. So this is not about building regs and type measurement of architecture. That may well come later in a student's academic career. This is very much about it's very conceptual, out there buildings, whether it's for games design or for films or for sort of virtual reality. It's a very kind of out there, crazy, cool. What can be done? No need to abide by the rules of physics type architecture. From that, students may well progress into a far more realistic, achievable type of architecture within a degree course. But at this stage, it's very much about very sort of mad, crazy stuff. Again, new course for us, doing really well. And finally, level 3/4 foundation diploma in art and design. These foundation courses have been running for many decades across the UK. They are predominantly a post level 3, certainly post A level course, and these are for students who want a year of additional education to really build their skills and their portfolio and the knowledge of what specialist pathway they're going to go into in the future. It's a real fast boot camp of a year, no messing about, lots of drawing, lots of rapid conceptual design work, lots of mad, crazy building of stuff, and it's a great year. I teach on that course myself. It's really is something that gets people in a fantastic place for the next stage of their education, which is in most cases university, but it doesn't have to be. We have students on that course go off to a range of things, including English, history, but also obviously all the creative pathways as well. Usually have about 30 students on that course, very competitive, very high level. Okay, so those are our courses. And on the next slide, I'm going to tell you who to contact to discuss any questions, any queries you have about these courses. But hopefully we cover pretty much the whole range of creative possibilities, pathways, careers within our list of courses. They are all thriving courses, good numbers, very competitive. Please apply early, and I'm sure you'll get a place and have a fantastic time. Okay, thank you. Okay, so every course has a course director. That's the person who ensures that the students succeed on the course and make sure that the fabric, the structure of the delivery of the course is as excellent as possible, and manages the team within that course. I would say most courses have probably about 3 or 4 teachers working across the timetable. Okay, so all of these are at wsc.ac.uk email addresses. Please do email them. Please don't send them 5,000 emails, but certainly ask any questions that you want to ask. We really do want students and parents to know what the courses are about and if it's the right course, and any questions, queries, concerns, worries about anything. Okay, I think the key thing is for students not to be worried. We tend to offer places to on applications, so please don't get overly worried about that. So for level 1 and level 2 art and design, they're both jointly run by Natalie Lipscomb and Hannah Shipton, so email either of those actually for either of those 2 courses. Nicole Beattie for level 2 digital arts, Rachel Sodi for the extended diploma level 3 in general art and design, and Jodie Parker for the extended diploma in graphic design level 3, and Chris Thompson for the interactive media visual effects digital arts pathway, and Kirsty Hall for the model making animation. Like I said in the previous slide, Kirsty and Chris work really closely. Those courses, the interactive media and the model making, work very, very closely together. So Kirsty or Chris would be fine to email for both of those. Okay, on the next slide, there'll be some more. Okay, so this is continued from the previous slide. These are some more course directors and some more courses. So Nathan Terry runs the photography course. Please email Nathan regarding any queries, questions, concerns, worries. Emily Stretfield runs fashion textiles. Charlotte Davis runs fashion media and promotion. Sam Reed runs the computer games design and development. Sue Winslet course manages the architecture conceptual course. And finally, the level 3/4 diploma in foundation studies art and design is Craig Bloomfield. Okay, so any of those staff on the previous 2 slides, please don't hesitate to contact. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so this is the last slide I'll be talking on. Hopefully the previous slides have given you a picture of what the School of Art and Design at West Suffolk College is all about. I would like to say it's something we're very proud of. We all work very hard in the School of Art and Design, and we really do look forward to your application. And please don't hesitate to contact us regarding any questions. It's really important for us all to get things right at the earliest possible stage. The following slides after this one is basically a show reel of lots of images, which are very recent images from students, which hopefully paints a picture of the sort of diversity and quality of what we do. Also, I've put on here our Instagram page, which is at Leonardo Creative House. So please have a look at that. Follow us as well, and you'll see regular posts of what is going on day by day within Leonardo House. So yeah, so thank you very much for listening. I hope I haven't been too boring, and I really hope that we will see you in the future, and that if you do come to the School of Art and Design as a student, you'll have a fantastic time and a fantastic future. And I hope if you're a parent that you'll feel that your son or daughter is coming to a place that really cares about them, that's going to have a fantastic education, be very happy, very challenged, and have a fantastic future. So thank you very much.